So hello and welcome to what has turned out to be a truly gorgeous afternoon. The sun beaming down on the stands and broad beaming smiles all around us. The mood has soared, and so indeed has the expectation of both teams. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. The national anthem of Uruguay rings out. How are you reading this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, if you want to secure a clean sheet, Peter, this is a very good way of going about it. It adds discipline and lends a stubbornness to that midfield, which can stifle opposition attempts to play through, and it takes a lot of pressure off your defence, of course. Forces longer passes through the aerial route. So, all things considered, that extra layer across midfield is highly, highly effective.
So off we go then.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Uruguay already a man down in these early stages. That has left the boss thinking about what harm it has done to their chances.
Well, his thinking may have been about making his presence felt, but not the wisest of decisions.
That has been knocked clear. Valverde. Over to the other side. Pelistri. Might be Nunez! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Nunez deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And it's Oliveira. Flashes it across.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He's had it taken off him. Pelistri. Valverde. Out towards the flank. Thinks about the shot. He slings it. Oh, good effort! He's done very well to get to that.
Nunez is offering a wry smile there.
Cross to the back post. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And we have our very first corner. Cleared away. Chance for a shot! And that was too close for comfort.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Oliveira. It's a promising position. Valverde crosses.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And he's forced to go back. Out of play for a throw. Looking for the run. Valverde. And it's Bentancur. Araujo. And Pelistri. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, it's played into the area. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Pickle. Buku is wide and looking to get onto this. Oliveira. That's destined for the flank. Now, what about a counter-attack? Back to the keeper it goes. Oliveira. Aims beyond the defence. Pickle. Buku. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. De Arrascaeta. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And it's made its way to him. He's shooting! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, at least he was in the right position and he reacted quickly enough. The manager will like that.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
Valverde, the pressing's intense, and it's played. And the shot! It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Have to look back on the first 45 minutes.
Well, we've seen at times it can be harder to play against 10, and that seems to be holding true so far. Something I've experienced in the past, and with this sort of intensity and fearlessness, who knows, they might just get something they want.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break.
Los jugadores están entrando al campo de juego.
So, into the second half.
Uruguay are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Pelistri. And Araujo. Now he's off and running. Buku. And they've got a throw. Looking to play him in. Oh, perfectly measured that. Muslera claims comfortably. Over to the right flank. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Ilya. Pressure coming in from all directions. Pelistri. And here's Nu shoots! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Lucao.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Some good work on the right flank here. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. It's come to nothing. Araujo. Bentancur. That's De Arrascaeta. Did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. Looking for options for movement. An instinctive impressive job. Crossbar comes to the rescue. Deftly away. Plays the return pass. Oliveira. What's going wide left?
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
De Arrascaeta. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Valverde. Spread out to the left. And he's picked it up out wide. And the finish! It's run loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. He's on it. There's the shot! And that's straight down the keeper's throat.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then.
Pelistri, real chance, great chance! And that's a sharp finish! And that could well be the winner!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Uruguay have taken the lead.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
This is a promising build-up. Uruguay leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Good ball, good take. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Shot, surely! And it's in! 2 ahead, late in the day. Game over, surely. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Great defending, strong and determined. Valverde. Oh, they could break here. And that is a little undercooked. Oliveira kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Darwin. This looks promising. He has found the way through. Oh, such a clever touch. And a header! And he can thump it away. And I think we're done. Yes, we are done. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Uruguay may not have finished with 11, but they have shown terrific spirit and they claim the win.
Well, Peter, it's a remarkable result, a real show of character in the circumstances when most would have been happy to maybe drop their heads. They grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and found a winner, despite their disadvantages. Superb.
Just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin for joining us and to wish you a very good day.